Hi. So a couple years back, I had a conversation with my friend, and we were talking about leading from the second seat, being an assistant, and how that really rolls. Some assistants may feel like they have no control or that their boss isn't listening to them. I would like to believe that's not true. We had this conversation a while back, and at the time, it didn't feel relevant, right? But now in my life, it feels very relevant because one of the things that we talked about was how there can be an idea exchange behind closed doors. And then when it pops out, the leader gets all of the credit and the attention, while the assistant, who was right there in the thick of it, doesn't get any of that. But there's also a different side to that, where there can be a decision happening behind closed doors. And when it pops out, no one likes it. They hate it. This was the worst idea yet. Now we're in a deficit. We have been in the black for so long, and now we're in the red due to your choice. Well, this could have been one of the times where the leader took the assistant's advice. And great leaders fall on the sword. They will never say, well, my assistant said that was a good idea, so we need to roll with it. So why would you expect them to say, my assistant said this was a good idea, you guys should really give them the credit? They won't, because it was made in partnership. But understand, being an assistant or leading from the second seat, and that can be in anything, any area of your life. It could be you're the PTO president, you're the PTO vice president, because I said second seat, you're the PTO vice president, and the PTO president hears none of your ideas, but you're leading from the second seat. So technically, you're not in charge. You're there to help be a sounding board and to be there when the leader needs you. So, do you think it's right for them to not give you credit when things are going well, but you want them to give you credit when things are? Does that make sense? Well, I mean, as the leader, they should be able to take the fall. But they're also willing to carry the glory. So you have to think about those things. And you also have to think about the way that you carry yourself as an assistant or vice or co. There are ways to do things, and it's not always in front of public eye. There are conversations that are had behind closed doors, and the leader makes the choice to go forth. And as the assistant, it's your job to help them stand firm. There's no backstabbing. There's no way going, I helped them think of that idea. That was not theirs. Or like, ooh, that idea was so messed up. Ooh, I hope they don't say my name. I hope they don't say my name. Yet you still have your job. Yet you still have your position. So let's be mindful of the way that you are treating a leader if you are an assistant. You may not always get the credit. You may not always get the acknowledgement, but understand your position to them is very important. It really is. Now, there's a thin line. There's a space where it's like, oh no, they don't treat me right. Things never go well. They just badger me and take full on credit for everything that I do. And I'm working weekends and they never are. There's a line and there are boundaries. I'm talking about a mutual one, like good respect, approve your time off, even pushes you to take time off and different things like that. That's the type of partnership I'm talking about. A healthy assistant, a healthy vice, thing like that. So let's take some thought about that. Have you ever thought about that? What assistants go through? Have you ever thought about that? But have you ever thought about when is it appropriate for assistants to get recognition? And when is it appropriate for the president or the director to fall on the sword and not let the assistant take on the abuse? It flips both ways. Which way you swinging?